So let's talk about collaboration. It has been, and will continue to be so important to your business is this idea of collaboration, working with others in the industry, around the industry. And I've said it before, we talked about the social clubs and this whole bringing in experts. So that's on you to reach out to the experts. And people love talking about themselves, love talking about their business, what they're doing. So if you have a very outgoing massage therapist, have them put together a class and just kind of talk about the benefits of massage therapy, the wellness, the healing, all of those different aspects. Same is true for an esthetician. You could do a session every season, like how to get your skin ready for winter, how to get your skin ready for wedding, how to get your skin ready for summer, fall, spring. What are the things that you could do in the winter, maybe when it's colder, the sun isn't as bright, to be able to treat your skin? Is that the peels? Is that, the more aggressive treatments? And having someone speak to that. We've talked about pain being a major driving force of bringing people through the doors of spa and wellness centers. So acupuncturist, huge. I love acupuncturists. I have worked with so many. They love to chat about what they do. I would bring one into my actual classroom, and she brought needles so that every student got to experience acupuncture. She's very outgoing. Go Hoovy. Probably a little bit different than maybe a traditional acupuncturist who might be a little bit more reserved and quiet, but find those extroverts, find those introverts who can play extroverts, who can talk. There are sleep specialists. There are people walkers. Those are the people that get up and go and walk individuals around and just have conversation. Again, that sense of connection. What does that mean? How do you create that? Psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, coaches, collaboration with florists. And let me pause here and say one thing: no will not kill you. Not everyone has your vision. Not everyone has your foresight, your willingness to think outside the box. So I remember when we had our spa in Hamden on 36th Street. Not even sure if the florist is still there. We're not. So, I mean, hey. But went over to the florist and I was like, hey, we would love to drive more business to your location. We can give you gift certificates in exchange if you could give us flowers. And they were like, we don't get it. We don't see the point. No. Moving on. We reached out to a hair salon. We didn't do hair. And so we had a partnership with the hair salon. There was a boutique shop. There was a restaurant that was all in line with it. And I mean, it's not just things that I've done as a spa owner, but even as an instructor. People love coming in and sharing about their business. They could be recruiting, they have new ideas, new products, pitches that they want to share with your demographic. Now, it has to be reciprocal, right? It has to be beneficial to both parties. But for Earth Day, we collaborated with, of all things, a liquor store around the corner. But they had this special wine that was grown and planted on full moons. And again, there was a synergy and an alignment with our mission, our theme, our focus, and with the organizations that we were trying to collaborate with. So I would say the same to you. Really think about, what are those organizations? Is it food? Can you maybe bring lunch in for that person who gets 4 hours of services, and make that a package deal for them, that they don't have to go out and have lunch, especially if they're bringing their girlfriends in? Is there snacks or something that you can have in place? Is that a collaboration with the grocery store where they are willing to donate or give you items in exchange for gift certificates, because you have that power, you have those resources and those means. It doesn't always have to come out of a bank account, but have those expiration dates. But really sitting down and thinking about, who can you collaborate with? How can you grow your business beyond where it is? Where do you want to see it? What else can you offer? I just saw something for a candle making class. I remember um, years ago, there was a big thing on laugh circles. So, looking at those specialists, reaching out to your wellness institutions, your schools, staying current on what services are being offered, who is offering them, and drafting up that email. And if you don't know what to say in this day and age, you can put 3 sentences into AI and get a whole paragraph in email. So that's no longer an excuse or laurels that you can rest on if I don't know what to say or how to pitch it. Pitch it. Market yourself, sell your business, explain the idea. Sometimes people won't necessarily see the connection on the surface of like us in a liquor store, but it made sense with Earth Day because they could come over and talk about the wine. People were coming in to better understand our location. So it really does require you to get creative. This kind of piggybacks on a previous video about planning and having that US American national calendar of National Hot Dog Day and Esthetician Day and all of those days. Who else can you position with? Who else can you collaborate with? And that might even be a vendor that you already have in house. Is it your skincare line? Can they come out and do a promo? Maybe they have some new stuff coming out. Is it your tables? There's a big thing with Oakworks. I'm sorry, I love Oakworks. I love Jessica and all that she does. So there could be an opportunity to collaborate with them. Is there a neighborhood association? Can you host one of the associations? I remember hosting a women's business circle where I brought in all of my girlfriends and we just talked about how do we grow our businesses. But it created awareness because I hosted it in my space. So people got to get a tour. We had little baggies. But this is, again, where you tap into your vendors. Can you get samples? How much do you need to spend to get 50 samples, or can they come? Do they want to sponsor? Really strategizing, working in-house with the current vendors that you have for product, retail, equipment, and then branching out to your circle. Meditation. When I was at the big fancy spa, we brought in someone who did meditation probably once a month. Was it well attended? Not so much. Did I love it and benefit from it? 100%, right? I would go do the meditation and we would promote it and have these conversations. It just never took off. I'm not sure if it was because we did it on Sunday afternoons and just people weren't looking for that. Maybe if it was on a Friday or Saturday. But you got to kiss a lot of frogs and see what happens. I'm getting ready to go to an event next week that's actually being hosted at a university, and it's all about color design. So I'm super excited about that. Maybe it's a coffee tasting, a tea tasting, where you collaborate with a local coffee house. Maybe it's having pastries on Saturday morning for your clients in a collaboration with a local bakery. Like, there's so many opportunities, and we just have to get out of our way, get out of the main, just this main idea of like the blinders on and like just getting in the space. And I understand it, having been an owner, having been a director, like you get caught up in the hook-em-a-ruck of it. I don't even know if that's a real word. You just get caught up in the day-to-day, and sometimes you forget the bigger picture. Sometimes you forget to see that 25,000 foot view because we're so busy in the grind of the day-to-day. But that's where you definitely need to step back as an owner and say, let me look at where there's an opportunity to collaborate. Maybe it's a retail store, maybe it's a boutique store, right? Where you can recommend them, they can recommend you. I have one in Baltimore, Flourish, that I love. Didn't plan on doing all these plugs for organizations, but it is what it is. But understanding there is so much potential in collaboration to benefit your organization, to benefit the organization that you collaborate with, and then also thinking of your staff and your clients. We have to get creative and we have to create these social experiences, not only for the clients coming in the door, but for our staff and for ourselves. We have to make those human connections. I'm a huge fan of AI technology. You know that if you follow me. Just got a whole daggone PhD in technology. But at the same time, there is a foundation of human connection, and that's going to be so important in the coming years as we move forward. With that, sit down, take the time, think about who, how, where you can collaborate, and start making those connections today. With that, until next time, be well.